And here we are in the final hour of the adventures of the Purple Planet and beyond. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Mr. Michael Curtis. Joining with me, as you may know him from the Return to the Purple Planet show that we did, Mr. Harley Stroh, also as I call him, the Papa of the Purple Planet. And we have been preparing for this moment for months now, and we couldn't have done it alone. So we've offered some people to come and join us. And joining with me again as John Cornyn, James Posnell, and Tim Satley. Guys, thank you very much for coming on. How you guys feeling? We got less than 60 minutes to go before before the hard work actually begins, right?
That's right.
Thank God it's almost over.
Right? Oh my God. How's your guys' month been? James, how was your month? Was it good?
Super busy. This is like the wrong month. So I went and saw my folks at the start of February. I went and saw my friend in Germany at the end of February. And then I'm running a backer kit. So it's been insane. And then I went to CincyCon over the weekend. So I don't know what day it is, frankly.
So to rephrase it, you launched a backer kit and then left town for 3 weeks.
Which is the right way to do it.
Probably the best way to do it.
Yes.
It
was like,
I wish I had that option.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I just can't even look at it because I can't really look at it, which is awesome.
How about you, John? How was your month?
It was great. Yeah, I set up the backer kit, and then the pipe in the basement burst, giving me a burst of inspiration for any kind of module I can come up with.
That's awesome. And Tim, we can't leave you alone. How was your month?
Busy. But you know, that's kind of the way things roll normally. But no, it's been backer kit's been interesting. It's been an interesting month running this. So it's I enjoyed it.
In your reflections, looking back, things you might have done differently?
Well, I think they did a fairly good job towards the end. In the beginning, we kind of figured out that everyone was getting spam blasted with messages from all 8 of us every single time. And then it looked like towards the end here, they started spacing them out, 4 hours left on, I think, one, and then someone else had 5 hours left. So that was a nice little pickup that they did on the fly.
Okay, one last thing, and then I'll shut up. Tim, can you show us your background and tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, sure. This is here. Let me get out of the. How can I get out of the way? Stuff like that. How's that? So this is actually the bench. This is a piece by Teresa Guido. It is from the Drop It Adventure written by Stefan Surratt. So this is. I thought I'd throw it out there as a little teaser so people could see it. And just get a little tease of what's coming down the pike.
That is gorgeous.
Like that? Yeah.
That is so cool.
Very nice.
And welcome to everybody who is dropping into the chat, who's tuning in live. We've got Jorge from Chile. We've got Son of Albion from the UK. And we've got this Vitani Maru person who just keeps always like spamming the chat. And some of the other people here. So guys, welcome. guys, gals, and others. So welcome to the final 56 minutes.
Nice.
Actually, no, let's be upfront because I don't think we didn't post about this, but one of the things we discovered about Purple Planet, about Backer Kit, actually Harley discovered this, is Backer Kit allows you to go into overtime. So
what does overtime mean, Mike?
If we get to 9 o'clock, which is when the campaign is set to end in theoretically in paper, if the backers are still coming in, we're going to let things go until they stop coming in. I mean, obviously, like we'll give it 10 minutes or so, but once the backer train stops, then we'll probably shut things down. But so if you're watching this, don't plan on backing at 10:30, Eastern time is what I'm saying. So, but we may go a little long here, just to accommodate latecomers. So.
And that's true of all the like that's true with the entire horde, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
So just keep spreading the love around.
There you go. Spread the love.
Looking at the marker up on the wall, we are a little bit. We're just over. We're about 8,500 away from hitting the token stretch goal on the Purple Planet. So I have high hopes that we're gonna get that last minute. So yeah, Star Trek. Tell your auntie, do you want your beloved aunt, grandmothers, I mean, to a drop a good 10K, you know.
Right? Like, anybody on the stream's already like they've backed it. Like we've got our audience. I don't know. Do you have to make like a puppet account to like? You know,
So I don't know. We'll see. So Harley, how have you been?
I am very well. I am so grateful for the horde on the Purple Planet, all the folks that are willing to jump in with the insanity that is Goodman Games, and also so grateful for all the backers that are making our shared dreams possible. Like this is really special. Like I don't know this has ever happened before, where like multiple publishers are coming together to contribute to a single shared world. Like you look at the Thieves World box set, it's like a bunch of different writers that came together, but like here we have actual publishers doing their own thing, carrying them forward their own dreams, and it's such a privilege to be a part of this. I'm so grateful. It's so fun.
And
Amen.
if we hit 300,000 on this campaign, we would have officially gotten 5 times what the original Purple Planet funded on Kickstarter 10 years ago. So
oh, we were such summer children. I was so excited for $60,000. Was it 10 years ago or whatever? It was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And now here we are. So yeah.
And we couldn't have done it with all you backers. So thank you very much for being along with this ride. We hope it's been enjoying. And we were talking a little bit, as Tim was saying, I mean, it took us a little while to figure out not to spam you to death, but I think we finally got that on, so if we do this again, we'll do it better next time. No. All right. Mogilla, will the DCC books on this campaign have the chapter tab cut inputs, and will the Errol Otis cover have ribbons? No, to both of those.
Sorry.
We learned a lesson about those tab cutouts when we did the 4th printing, and that edition was late, mostly because of the tab cutouts. It was a much more complex thing than we knew at the time.
Do they get drilled? Right? Is that how it's done?
It's I don't know the exact process was it, but I do remember that we've only done it once for a reason.
Right.
It's really it causes so much of a delay and everything. And we'd rather have you out there playing the game, than using than waiting on it. So
fair enough.
So who knows? Maybe the I don't know. I think we've already past 10th printing. Maybe the 20th printing. The 20 maybe I'm not going to promise you anything, but 25th anniversary of DCC or 25th anniversary of Goodman Games, because we're not.
I feel like the Errol Otis cover needs like non-Euclidean cutouts.
It should. It shouldn't have like ribbon bookmarks. It should have like some sort of like semi-solid protoplasm.
Yes.
Mark where you've been. So.
Well, so Mike, can we run through all these? You have like a bajillion like third-party publishers waiting to jump in the stream. Can we lean in on the ones we have right now and hear their highlights from the campaigns? Is that
sure? We had a whole show about that, which somebody had to miss. But
me too.
But guys, why don't you remind everybody at home what exactly you're bringing? Then we'll do this alphabetically by last name. So John, why don't you tell us everybody about what Roll Funky Dice is bringing to the Purple Planet Horde again?
Oh. Yeah, fantastic. So Roll Funky Dice is recreating itself in the stylings of the Purple Planet. We are bringing the kit. We're bringing the robots from Die Robot from Steel 9 Games. We're bringing character creation, character storage. Maybe you're in person and you don't have your character sheet. I got you covered. So make an account with Roll Funky Dice. And this is what it's all about. We just passed a fantastic stretch goal about adding more original art from Aaron Crater to the UI, which is really great because it'll look something different than what you've been looking at all day at work. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it too. And obviously, it funded, so there's a whole bunch of people out there who are also looking forward to it. So
yeah.
So John, were there any like highlights of the month for you that stand out, or?
Yeah, it was. I think I was just so impressed with the collaborative nature of the Horde. Really, this is a really great way to go about it. To find the people you connect with and you can work with, it's unbelievable. And then all the backers coming through and making all these things possible. It's extraordinary.
All right, James, you were out of the country when we had the third party show, so you didn't get a chance to tell people about your stuff. So why don't you give us the somewhat elongated elevator pitch?
All right, we'll do. So my adventure is River of Lies, which leans hard into the gods of Mars, but also, the purple, some of the, pieces of the purple planet, like the Ghost River of Vernasu. So you're kind of swept up in the Ghost River and deposited in the Valley of Death, and you meet some ascended masters that have kind of ensconced themselves deep in the ancestor peaks. And as a third level adventure, there's some green flow versus the Weirdling Sun action. You have some decisions to make about what the future of the purple planet will be, or the sun. And so it was. I got to play it with a group. Play test it this weekend at CincyCon. And the look on their eyes when they realized, the choices that were in front of them, and none of them, of course, are any good. You know what I mean? It's like one of those, like,
They're all
oh
great.
no. So, and then the highlights for me in the campaign was, of course, like this whole idea is insanity, and here we all are at the end. God bless us all, and this is the best crowdfunding campaign I've run for Horse Shark Games, both in number of backers and the amount raised. So it's a big deal for me just as a publisher as well.
And because you fled the country during it, so you didn't have to.
Yes, and that was like probably the best part. Is
Yeah.
Launch,
a little
get out of
vacation.
town.
I recommend this highly to everyone who crowdfunds. Have a vacation during your crowdfunding. That way you can get just like out of mind. Like, you check on it a couple times. You're like, oh yeah, it's going good, fine. Especially in the middle of the campaign when nothing happened.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always that lull, about a week and a half in, until about the last week before. So yeah,
exactly.
The dreaded bathtub.
You have a good adventure when the fate of the sun is, that's one of the stakes, Oh, all right, Tim, why don't you remind everybody what you're bringing?
Sure. My adventure, it started out as an adventure, which is first level. And wrote that, started working it in. But then all of a sudden I realized, wait, I can't just drop this first level adventure in the middle of this deadly area known as the Purple Planet, because everyone's going to get toasted. So typical project creep, I just started adding and adding and adding. I ended up creating 2 books in one. So what I've got is it's a setting upon the Purple Planet that is a little bit easier, a little bit lighter. So it's good for first, second level characters, which is why it's random acts of violence, because it's essentially how you hex crawl through this lighter shade of purple and how it goes there. So, and I'll tell you, I'm a huge fan of, I love Escape from the Purple Planet as far as the funnel goes, because it's the whole gladiatorial games and everything is really cool, but it drove me nuts the fact that I'd study, figure out the kith and all this kind of stuff, and they get done and they leave the planet. It's like, no, I did all this work.
That's totally legit. That's a legit. Yeah.
So anyway, so what I did was I created it to where you could take this adventure or this setting directly from that funnel, or Sailors of the Starless Sea, or any of a number of other adventures, and have it to where you could roll right into this. And then you got the setting, and then within the setting, I actually created what I call What the Hex. For some reason, I got stuck on groups of 6s. So I've got all these things in groups of 6s throughout the whole thing, of just random things for characters to run into and learn and figure out how to survive on the Purple Planet.
All right. Well, I mean, we've as I said, we did the third party show. It was a week or so ago, and everybody sounded like they were bringing some really awesome stuff to it. And I'm really looking forward to, like, once everybody has all the toys from the toy chest and can just kind of go about and do their own interpretation of the Purple Planet, because we've, the one thing I've learned about this campaign, and I mentioned it last time, is how the Purple Planet is like this mirror that reflects your interests. Like whatever you bring to the Purple Planet reflects it back in you threefold. So, so Harley, was that your intention?
I wish I could say I'd given it that much thought, Mike, but you know me better than that.
I mean, yeah, I know you better than that. The people at home didn't know. You totally have made that claim, and nobody would have been wiser. So,
yeah, no, I think I think the beauty of this hobby that we share is that, and I've said it before, but I'll say it again. We make this dead text, this ink on paper, and the most brilliant, Kovacs or Frazetta illustration, only conveys so much. And our goal is really to get our judges to fall in love with it, so that they can inject their own passion, their own love into the setting, into the adventure, into the encounter, and then convey that to the players. So the better I can do something like that, but like Harley's brain is only this big, so thank goodness we're expanding it to all these other people with like bigger brains and bigger life stories. And I've never been to Hamburg, and I wouldn't know how that would influence the Purple Planet, but like, and so to create a setting, that we can all share in, that can appeal to judges, that just gets them fired up and passionate about delivering this to the players, like that's the win. And so like, when we're all old men and we walk by, that secondhand gaming store or whatever, and we see, some 8-year-old kid is picking, some pamphlet up off the table, or is clicking to a dead website that's, they've been archived for the last 50 years. And they're like, whoa, this is insane. This is amazing. Like, that's when we win. Like if we can fire up one person's imagination, and that one person can deliver it to a gaming table, like boosh, we done, like game over. Like, so yeah, what was the goal of Purple Planet? Getting people to fall in love with it. And thank goodness we have brilliant people to like join in that.
Getting to kind of come in and play in the sandbox. There's so many opportunities. Like the whole corpus of work just leaves it leaves a bunch of openings, of places to kind of fill in. So I think that's a really a key aspect of the work, Harley, is that you kind of leave these nuggets around that you can just go like, what's up with that? And then you can just like, you have this huge section of work that you get to kind of develop by yourself.
Right. Like, yeah, it was like we're co-creating with the judges, like, and how rad. Like there will only be 5, 6, 7, 8 releases about the Purple Planet by Goodman Games, but then we pass it off to you guys, and then there's this whole mystery of like what's going to be created next, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the running joke is, as we've gone to it many times, is the the annual, the DCC annual. Like, when DCC first came out, we were like, okay, we'll put on an annual every year with new great content. And then the third-party creator stepped in and started creating all this cool stuff that was actually better than what we had in mind. So it took us 5 years to put out the annual, and we haven't done one since, because we said, hey, you know what? It's much faster if we just embrace the third-party creators and help elevate them. So far that strategy has worked rather well, and I think this campaign is just like the prime example of that. Us Goodman doing our stuff, but then 7 other third-party creators actually joining all in, and here we are now. So and we have now broken, we're under 8,000 left to get those tokens on, and we're 40 minutes to go. So if we can do what's it, that's I'm gonna try that 200 bucks a minute, something like that. I don't know. So
okay, so
200 bucks a minute. Come on.
Yeah, okay. All right. This chubby guy with a gray beard. Okay, so Mike Curtis, this is not only the closing show, but we also have a few flash polls through the course of this show that Elena is ready to post as we start to fill out. The last of that Ascended Master. And so all our viewers should know that periodically my friend and yours, Miss Elena Thompson, sheriff of Goodman Games, is going to be posting to the chat. These final polls that are going to allow us to flesh out the Ascended Master that the backers have been weighing in, all through the campaign so far. So just keep an eye on the chat and know that that's coming when Elena decides it's appropriate.
Do we have a way to save these results? Or like cutting and pasting as we go?
I don't think that far ahead. I'm gonna roll some funky dice and call it good. Yeah, maybe there'll be a chat log and roll funky dice, so I can look back to see what I decided on. But anyways, yeah. So Elena's on that.
All right. So, all right, Elena, let me know if we have to cut and paste anything and put into another document at some point. So, all right. So we are. Let's see. We are 39 minutes left. Just so people are sitting and watching at home, Joe Goodman is theoretically joining us. He is currently at Gamma, and he checked in a few moments before we went live, and he's currently running his way through the hotel, trying to get back to the hotel room with his laptop so he can log in. So he will be on hopefully within the next, hopefully by 8:30. And then we'll also bring out some other people at this point, because we realized we couldn't have everybody here on the show at one time because it would just be a mess. And once Joe gets on, we'll start talking about comic books like we did the Q&A show, which will really go off. No, I'm just saying, hopefully we'll have some fun stuff coming up. So.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so Tubit has a great question. If I back everything from every Horde member at the highest level, can you throw a Kith axe at my box? I'm not sure I know what that last
and not at.
At would be more fun.
I mean, that'd be cool.
We cannot guarantee it gets delivered, however.
However, like the level of service we receive at the new warehouse, like like Poonjar and Bust, maybe we can ask Micah if they'd print out a Kith axe label, or who knows. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Traps.
Oh, did Elena post it? I told
There's a poll. The poll's up.
Or look at that.
I couldn't have told you that.
How do we deter those who dare follow in our steps?
Okay.
Destroy the path, set guards, or magic. Guys, what do you think?
It's ended. The poll's ended.
Yeah. All right.
That was it. That was a flash poll.
That was a
boom. It's over.
Don't blink. It's over. All right. That's all right. All right. Elena could do this all night, though. She's got polls for days.
All right. Well, apparently there's features that I'm not aware of. But that's nothing new. So, all righty. So, what's next?
Okay. Isharian asked, as creators, you seem to really enjoy Backer Kit over Kickstarter. Is there a place you'd want a Backer Kit to improve on the creator side? I'd love to hear from our third-party guys. Is see what they would change on the Backer Kit side versus Kickstarter.
I think Backer Kit has a ton of functionality, behind the scenes versus Kickstarter, having used both, and I think it can be awfully confusing, and really they have like 3 or maybe 4 different products, kind of like the crowdfunding is a new one, right? Which we're all kind of kicking the tires on. And then they have this kind of email engagement kind of thing that they have on the side, and which also loads in all of your previous Kickstarters, not just Backer Kit, but also your Kickstarters, so you can compare them against each other, like the backers who return from one, crowdfunding campaign to another. So you get a lot of really cool metrics in Backer Kit. You get a lot of functionality, and they added stuff even as we were doing this event, like the overtime thing they added like just a few days ago, literally. And so they just need to so they're developing at this breakneck pace, delivering all this cool functionality. They really need to organize what's behind the screens, so that it's easy to find stuff. I think that's kind of my one thing that I would say they should work on.
Yeah, comparing it to Kickstarter, I mean, it was definitely a little more involved in the development on the front end. Because they break things down into, like, you got basic, you've got your story, and then inside of it, everything is kind of modular as it goes in, where Kickstarter seems to be more of a just straight line page, top to bottom, and you throw everything in it. So Kickstarter is a little more intuitive, I guess you would say. There is a lot of stuff in BackerKit that you can really kind of delve into and functionality, but it took a little while to kind of figure that stuff out. But overall, I mean, they're both great platforms. This one is actually doing well, but I think that has a lot to do with the fact that this is a collaborative project and not just a, hey, here's me, here's something cool that I made for Mutant Crawl Classics or DCC, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, this is either only our second or third campaign on BackerKit. I mean, we did Grim Truth's Old School Traps on that. That was kind of our Goodman testing things out, and then we launched 2 simultaneously for the next time around. So we learned a lot of stuff doing Grim Truths, and obviously there was communication with Joe and you guys and everything. So yeah, I think we're all learning, and I think there are aspects of the really backer engagement that we didn't find with Kickstarter. With to be able to do the polls and everything, and it's a learning curve with all things. We were just very happy that people could find us, because there's always that jump from Kickstarter, to a lesser known BackerKit. Although BackerKit has been around, help fulfilling Kickstarter forever, but definitely it's definitely proven itself. It gives us a lot of flexibility that we didn't find with Kickstarter at the price of a somewhat more opaque way of figuring it all out. So, but I think in time, they'll I mean, they say BackerKit seems to be very receptive to people giving in comments and stuff. So it's growing. Oh.
It spurred a lot more. It spurred a lot more outreach from Kickstarter to the creators on Kickstarter. Like, what do you like? What do you not like? Et cetera, et cetera. So I think this is a good conversation. Like to not have a monopoly, right, on crowdfunding. You have kind of a back and forth between the two, or 3, or I know there's been a couple others that have tried, but BackerKit, this is outstanding behind the scenes, to be honest.
Well, I was gonna say, based on the results of that poll and the fact that Grimstooth was the last BackerKit one that you did, we missed an opportunity for a stretch goal of Kit Tooth traps on the Purple Planet.
True, but
like Aaron Craters showed up in the chat.
Hi.
With some puns.
How about you? Any thoughts, John?
No, this is actually my first crowdfunding, so I'm delighted with BackerKit. I don't have any experience with Kickstarter, but man, it's good.
So so that actually, you're the perfect person to answer this question. I mean, having no previous experience doing it, how did you find it? I mean, like, how was it working with BackerKit for the first time? I mean, just intuitively setting everything up and everything.
Yeah, it was good. Like others have said, there's a lot to do, and it allows a lot of customization, a lot of detail, and which is great. And it's really the team behind BackerKit is also exceptional. Like, you can reach out to them, which is fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's almost 8:30, and I hear that the boss is in the waiting room, waiting to jump on, and we've got a couple other people in there, and I think there might be a poll about to launch. So I think at this time is one of the perfect times for us to thank you, John and James and Tim, for coming on here for the first half hour of this. You're more than happy to hang around, but we have to throw you back in the green room because we have to fit 3 other people on here before things are over. So, any final words before we let you guys go?
Thanks so much.
Go Horde.
Thanks. Yeah, all for the Horde. Yeah, thanks for letting us be part of the Horde. I mean, this was a ton of fun.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. With that, I think we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with some new faces. Hey, Hey, we are back with all new people mostly. So Harley and I have already introduced ourselves. So Joe, why don't you take over and let everybody know who you are?
Sure. My name is Joe Goodman. I'm eating M&Ms because I had a long day at the Gamma Expo and I need a little bit of sugar. And we're here to talk about the Purple Planet. What do I do next, Mike?
And joining us are 3 other third-party creators, and we will do this by alphabetical last name because that's the way it worked last time. So, Andrea, why don't you start?
Oh, sure. So I'm Andrea. I'm the CEO of Gaming Honors, and we are a very, very happy third-party publisher for Goodman Games. And we were just delighted to be part of this Purple Planet project.
Now, Andrea, you guys aren't just like publishers; you're also like tournament champions, right? Like,
Yes. Well, I was an observer, but yes. What was that? 2018, 2017?
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
The Hammer Toes, which was a team mostly comprised of my family and some other people, were the tournament champions at Gen Con.
And you
was
guys
awesome.
launched your publishing company after that, if I'm not mistaken.
You
So
are correct.
You went to the tournament. You're like, oh, well, if these idiots can do it, anybody can do it. Let's publish some games.
I think they were
Harley,
launched on the back of their fame, on the back of the fame they established from there.
We're special idiots, Harley. Not any idiot can do what we do.
Very
You have to
special.
produce gaming material and is to win a tournament. That's basically what's going on. But
Also, I just want to announce that I'm also eating Raisinets. All right, moving on.
Thank you. I was worried about your health, so thank you. Thank you.
Did they have like
before we dive into the rest of Joe's,
We got to keep Joe alive. We got
Aaron,
to
why
really.
don't you introduce yourself to all the people at home?
All right. Well, I'm Aaron, and I work at Studio 9, and I want to see Joe stay healthy. But no, I really appreciate it. This has been a great campaign. There's a lot of cool stuff to get. I got it all. I got a little of everything, as everyone should. So get your Raisinets, get your M&Ms, get your Milk Duds, get all of them. Don't just get one.
Magic one is suggesting snow caps in the chat. So.
Absolutely.
Wait, so Aaron, my question for you is what happened to Studios 1 through 8?
Oh, we devoured them. We absolutely devoured them in the funnel that got us to this point. Which, as long as we're bringing up trophies, I could go fetch my 2 trophies from back before DCC when it was all 3rd edition tournaments at Gen Con, and I was part of a 2nd and a 3rd place. Not 1st ever, but yeah.
Aaron, so which tournaments did you play in?
I think I was in one of your games, maybe. I don't know who was my judge, but
were you guys in Devilage?
No, way back. Okay. Remember the dragon one where there was like
yeah.
Vault the dragon, Vault to the
Deadly. Yeah.
Awesome.
And the other tournament I'm fogging on right now. But I think it might have been Chris that wrote it. Is that sound?
Probably.
Chris was involved in a lot of those early 3rd edition
he's
tournaments.
A killer.
Yeah.
And why don't we take this lull in the conversation for you to get involved in it too?
All right.
Which tournaments have you played in, Ed?
So, hi, I'm Ed Stanek of Rare Gun Games, and I'm about to put in a last-minute add-on to buy Joseph a salad.
You trying to kill me?
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't eat a salad myself.
Nacho salad.
But it's been great fun to be involved in this project, and I think I panicked Michael when I said I was putting on an add-on there.
He's like, what?
And actually, Mike, I'm going to file a formal complaint against your alphabetization because it has come to my attention that Andrea has 3 names.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And one of them doesn't start with a B and one of them doesn't start with an A. Andrea.
Right. It starts with a P.
All right.
Yeah. And one of them doesn't start
And I'm the only one in the world. Here, I can't type it in. That'll mess Elena up. But yeah.
It's Andrea Bunicki something.
It's Andrea Prue Bunicki.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got an L and an X right in the middle. Actually, when Martin and I were thinking about getting married, we were going to just be Prunicki. both of us. But but you know, that didn't win. So
I meant no disrespect. I was just going by emails.
Yeah. Unless your last name was a Shakespeare title, I don't think you were going to get it.
You want to say hi?
Yeah.
This is John.
Yeah, what are we?
I think you gotta like lean in so they.
Where am I? I'm not. We're not even on.
God, not him.
Hey, John.
There it is.
Really there?
I'm hallucinating. There's a ghost behind you.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it's the M&Ms. I don't know.
They got the sideburns of like a 17th century ship captain, you know. So
Wow.
hey
So-
guys,
Luckily,
do
you
you
can't
know,
hear you.
do you know
so
what is
Ed-
so exciting? We just crossed the 6,500 achievement goal. So we're gonna get everybody has unlocked a 2-page illustration kind of in the middle of Oh Happy Dagger. So we were
That's
thrilled.
awesome.
So thank you to all the backers out there. This is going to be awesome.
That's fantastic.
That's great.
congratulations.
Super.
And thank you everybody out there who made that happen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Aaron, do you have a highlight looking back over the last month from the crowdfunding campaign?
You know, I do. I loved how BackerKit. See, I hadn't run anything through BackerKit. I'd only used Kickstarter. I loved how everybody was so interactive. Probably the incentive of getting stuff, but who cares? They were interactive and I learned a lot. And you know what? I had so many people fill out the polls, but here's the secret reveal. All 4 of my polls were different tent polls for an encounter. And so I'm going to amalgamate basically what people took or gave me from those. And the winner of each of those categories, each of those polls, is going to form one of the bonus encounters that got added to 101 Hex encounters. So
That's right.
that's
That's
the
awesome.
community creating stuff with me. I love it. I love that spirit.
Well, gosh, just with all of our interaction, I think we got new recommendations for books to read and new
Yes.
recommendations for
Right.
TV shows. Somebody was recommending Resident Alien. Oh, what did you get, Joseph?
So I've had this sitting on my shelves for a while. I don't know if it'll show up in the Zoom thing, but yeah, this is apparently an Edgar Rice Burroughs inspired work by Lynn Carter, Under the Green Star, which has that, you know, John Carter of Mars feel. But I'm going to read it as soon as I have a chance.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Check that out.
I love the interaction, the way the comments work. It's cool how in BackerKit, when you pledge, it drops you immediately into a thread that you can jump right into. It's just really amazing how it encourages, I think, that feeling of community, and everybody gets to start chatting. And some of the fans were talking about how they also walked away with lots of good recommendations on things to check out. And it's super cool finding how we're all like 1 degree separated from something really cool that we've heard about and never quite tried out, you know, and I'm ready to try
Yeah.
out a lot of new stuff.
I love
Ed, do you
that.
have any highlights from the last month?
Yeah, you know, really, it's I've done the publishing work that I've done so far has been almost exclusively completely solo projects. I had my wife helping with one and some other outsider people with one of the other books, but largely it's been just me. And so it's been cool to see the kind of behind the scenes for other people, what their techniques and their approaches are, and there was really kind of a bond that developed as we were moving through that was just, it was very cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, it was like having a booth next to another person's booth at Gen Con.
That's a great way to
Right.
summarize it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And start to work
Sure.
together, you know. Hey, you
Yeah.
should check out that. Yeah, you should check out that.
You know, I loved when you all came on the Honor Among Thieves and got to play So You Think You're a Kith. I think that was fantastic and really fun. And I know that, Ed, we're not going to get you mushrooms. Promise you we won't get you mushrooms.
Those weren't mine.
All right.
Harley, how's it feel for you to have seen this kernel of an idea blow up into so many inspiring threads?
It's such a privilege. You know, we spoke to it a little bit earlier in the show, but you know, just as writers and artists, you know, the one thing you want to do is inspire somebody else to fall in love with your work, and to have all these other publishers like step up and add their unique inspirations and ideas and to build on the Purple Planet larger, and just so that so that the judge somewhere in a town I've never even heard of is going to pick up this book, and he or she is going to be so excited and take it back to their 6th grade class, right, and be reading it all through creative writing, and then they're going to be writing the bus home after school, throwing these weird dice, in the bus seat crack because that's going to catch the D8, like it's such a privilege to be part of that offering, and it's such a privilege that other people would like trust Goodman Games, trust myself enough to jump on board and contribute to this. It's awesome. It's wonderful. Yeah,
that's cool.
That is.
Yeah.
Don't you guys feel like this whole Purple Planet kind of harkens back to like In Search of the Unknown and all the original D&D stuff, where there were like lots of gaps, like little places where they allowed you to come in and it just wasn't all filled in. And you got one plateau. I kept combing through my box set going, what about the rest? And so, I was like, oh man, it's really beautiful to see what can, and I got an alien race, trying to terraform some part of the Purple Planet and harvest green shards using slave labor. And so you're 0 level, you got to bust out of that. So, there was room for that, and I love that. So that to me is like the exciting part of this, is what everyone's going to be bringing.
Well, and the contributions from the other pieces that came in, it's not like they filled in some of those gaps so there's less gaps. They actually created more fertile field where other people then can, now I've got this idea for with the robot class and these other things that then bring, now there's whole new avenues that you can, within that same context, expand it.
Yeah.
Martin always talks about, Martin is one of the writers on the team, and he's always talking about it's so cool when you can leave this fruitful void, so that you've given enough information that then people can fill that in with their imagination. And he's so fascinated with that aspect of writing, particularly writing adventure modules.
Yeah, we should have called this the League of the Fruitful Void. That'd have been awesome.
That's a rad. So is it too late to change it? Well, Backer could let us change it, right?
Rewind. Yeah, they owe us.
The League of the
Fruitful
Void.
They owe us.
Take it up with Brandon Sanderson. He can spare it.
People will get their box sets and it, and it mails, and they'll be like, "What the hell is the Fruitful Void?"
I didn't pay for this.
Andrea, so I'm at the Gamma Expo in Louisville, and one of Martin's former students came by today.
Get out. Was it Joe?
I would remember that. It wasn't Joe. I'm familiar with that name, and I would remember that. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But it's like he's like, generating people who are now entering the industry, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome. For anyone that doesn't know, he's an English professor at Valparaiso University, and he has brought game design and game narrative into his classes. And so he teaches a class on writing role-playing games. He teaches a class on video game narrative. And he's working real hard to get a game center on campus. So Valparaiso University, that's where you want to go to study.
Game center. You think they'll have Centipede?
Yes.
That's where you
could probably hook us up, couldn't you?
Can I nominate? What about
Dig
Double
Dug.
Dragon? Dig Dug, yeah.
I feel like I'm part of like the last generation, for the most part, we're like the last generation who did this the hard way. It's like we didn't have any credentials or anything. It was literally like however you get to the transom, it's like,
When I was a kid, we didn't have credentials.
We went to Gen Con, won trophies, and got acclaim. And then the companies evidently started after they won trophies. So there you go.
That's really funny. Mike, how did you get this job?
Well,
Did it win a tournament?
Out is there's a hole into the RPG industry, or at least there used to be, that was your size. It was your exact size, and once you made it through, they boarded that up. So then it was up to you to find the next one. So nobody, you can't go like, how do you break into it? It's like, I don't know. You figure it out. You sneak in when nobody's looking.
Yeah. Chris Doyle told me a story that when he was I don't think he was officially working for West End Games at the time, but for fun, he used to go help them pack boxes in the warehouse. And Chris, if you're listening, you have to correct my memory because maybe this is wrong. But there's some version of that. And so this would have been, the 80s, maybe, I guess the 90s, 80s, 90s. I guess that's how you used to get jobs at West End Games, like volunteering to help pack boxes, and then eventually they took something open up.
That's cool.
Almost 10 minutes.
Yeah. 11. Yeah, I think it says 11 minutes. So everybody in the audience, we're at 292, 580. We're trying to close out that last couple for the Goodman Games project. And Aaron and Ed, Andrew, if you guys want to quote where you're at and where we're trying to get to.
Yeah. Well, I got to go look it up now. I don't know. I'm in the same.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
I guess that's what we're doing here.
I think we did call it the Purple Planet Countdown Show.
Yeah, that's it. For every, okay, oh, cool. So we crossed over 600, which means with 600 backers, every 100 backers, we add another encounter to the 101 hex encounters. So
oh, that's awesome. We need another 600
encounter. Do you have to change the name of the book now?
Yeah, no, I'm going to leave it 101, but they're going to be like 107 so far. So that's, yeah.
False advertising.
Yeah, I'll put a little plus, 101 plus.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already filled out all the things for this title. So.
Nice.
Cool.
I was already bragging because all the backers got us over 6,500, which was our achievement goal, which is just amazing, and we're so grateful. 394 backers. It's awesome.
Awesome.
Congratulations. That's so rad.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
And all the different, like the entire Kith horde is going into overtime, right? Like they're all charging off into the sunset. It may shut down for us here at Goodman Games, but the rest of the Kith horde might carry on.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how to tell by looking at it.
Yeah.
So did you guys talk about this already, or
we should talk about it again?
You did mention it, yes, that we can go into overtime if the money is still rolling in, but we told them we were
the way it works
after 10:30 if nobody was pledging.
Well, I sort of recall Harley promised to do a live reading of Almuric or Edgar Rice Burroughs, right? That was our plan.
I have it queued up, so but like by the time everyone goes to bed, I'll still be here. Chapter 1 on the Arizona hills. I am a very old man. How old I do not know. We can do this all night.
Wait. I thought you said you were going to do it in like Shrek's voice or something.
Hold on, we're trying to get people to pledge, not to turn off the channel.
I thought you wouldn't start reading it until people stop pledging. I thought that was a deal.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
And you don't read it.
Yeah, no, we're all queued up. Edgar Rice Burroughs is waiting in the chat. We're ready to deliver some real content here.
Only you can stop Harley from
So Errantry in the chat, yeah, Almuric is awesome. It's really good.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. Okay, so overtime mode, a new feature in Backer Kit. Officially, this backer or each of our Backer Kits closes out at the top of the hour. But if somebody pledges, basically any time between now and the top of the hour, it will reset the clock and add 10 minutes to the duration, is my understanding. And then every time somebody pledges again, it adds 10 more minutes to the duration. So in theory, we could be here all night and Harley could finish that reading.
Yeah, no. We have miles to go before we sleep. And
Can we have the clip from Pacific Rim? Reset the clock every time.
Oh, so Joseph, tell us about Gamma. How is in the 8 minutes that we have left? How's the Gamma Trade Center? The trade.
There's too many M&Ms, but not enough Raisinets. I'm just kidding. No, it's great. Gamma's in Louisville this year. It is the game. What is it actually stand for? Game Manufacturers Association Expo. Basically, it's a industry trade show where, as a publisher, I set up a booth and retailers come by and we tell them about all of our exciting products. And there's also, if you're in the audience and you ever wanted to start a game company or run a game store, it's phenomenal. They have a whole series of seminars and kind of speaking tracks where you hear people offer advice to new store owners, new publishers, new creators, everything like that. And everybody's here. So I have a chance to meet with all our distributors and meet with some of our business partners. And we're also running a campaign DCC for Roll20. And I was able to meet earlier today with Metamorphic, which is the the firm that will do the sort of coding on that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a great chance to just see a lot of people I don't get to see often enough. And at the booth, some of you guys know Brett Brooks, John Wilson, Dieter Zimmerman. They're all hanging out, working the booth, and got to hang out with them. Brendan is actually off running demos for retailers right now. There's a retailer demo night from 9 p.m. to midnight, which is a very different experience from, traditional. It's not a 3-hour session. It's a bunch of people who are having a cocktail and playing a little bit of gaming and, sampling different games throughout the room and trying out a short demo. And although it's a lot of fun because we haven't had a booth at the Game Trade Show since 2020. The last booth we got was in March of 2020. As you may recall, as to what happened in March of 2020, I remember the start of the week, we had all heard about some virus thing coming out of China. And by like day 5 of the Gamma Expo, we were all convinced we were going to die, like speeding home as fast as we could. But so we're back here with the booth and we had 2 retailers come by and they're like, is that guy Brendan here to run games for you again? Because like he was amazing in 2020. So we're like, yes, he'll be there tonight, which is great.
That's awesome.
Same precedes him.
Well, he single-handedly got me hooked.
Yeah, he's amazing, man. Yeah. But yeah, it's been great.
Joseph, do we know the Roll20 modeling? Will it allow for all the weird dice?
So all the weird, yes and no. They will be coded in. I asked if we could get a graphic rendition of the D7 clattering across the screen. That apparently is more than they can handle right now. But you will be able to roll a D7.
Nice.
And just so you know, you and people following at home, we are $140 away from hitting that stretch goal on the Roll20 for DCC.
Oh my God.
Is it that close? I gotta refresh my page. That's awesome.
That's it. So if you're out there and you haven't backed for Roll20 and you want to help push it over and get an extra module thrown into the bundle, $140 away from it. That's it.
Wow, that's so close. That's awesome.
Mike, which modules are in the bundle right now?
I'm glad you asked, Harley. Let me read that up, considering I put it together. All right. So the core adventures are Sailors on the Starless Sea. You might have heard this one. Doom of the Savage Kings.
That writer's a hack.
People of the Pit.
Never liked him. He's still from Beowulf.
World Enchanter. The Croaking Fane and Neon Knights. That is currently what's offering. If we get another $140, we're going to add another one. And we had a poll earlier in the week asking people to vote on what might the 6th one be.
Oh, so sorry to interrupt. Our Purple Planet project just went into overtime mode. So somebody just pledged, and it now says we have 9 minutes and 41 seconds left.
Nice.
Mine's in overtime.
Yours is in overtime.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Way to go, Ed.
It went twice. It got bumped twice, actually.
Oh man, we're gonna be here all night.
Oh, we got that too. We're in overtime too.
Congratulations, Andrew.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool. Oh, nothing can stop the Kith Horde.
That's really cool. That is like a fun feature.
Yeah.
It adds a lot of uncertainty. It's like more like a who knows what's gonna happen even up till the bitter end.
It's just like a DCC game. Like nobody knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's awesome.
When does the corruption check hit?
So, Joseph, any other takeaways from Gamma?
We're officially only on day 1.
Oh wow!
But it was great talking to all the retailers though at the booth. I had a chance to talk to some other people. If you happen to live in Canada, I'm sorry, my M&M's. We have a great new fulfillment company lined up to do our Canadian fulfillment. So
Nice.
If you're a Canadian backer of this project or any others, actually starting with Dark Tower, the company is called ELO if you know them, but your Dark Tower shipments for Canadian backers will originate from a Canadian source, which should save you a lot of hassle with VAT and customs and all that. And it'll also we have to figure out some things, but over time we'll be able to lower our costs quite a bit as we get a handle on all that. It's actually we're used to doing overseas fulfillment with local partners in like the UK, EU, Australia, and the way those all involve votes. So when you do the freight forwarding, you put it on the boat, then you wait a month, and then it shows up, and then it gets fulfilled. And we have lots of time to do the paperwork in between. As you guys may be aware, but it hadn't registered yet. There's no oceans between America and Canada. So we gave it to the freight forwarder, and I saw our rep here at the show, and he's like, "Yeah, it's here. When do I get the backer list?" I was like,
Oh, wow.
that was fast. Wait, there's no ocean. So, Canadian backers, your shipments may go out as soon as next Tuesday or next Wednesday if we can like get all our stuff together. But the goods travel very quickly, which was great.
That's awesome. And will this be something like the third-party publishers can jump in on eventually?
Eventually, ideally, for all you guys, yeah. By the time we get to fulfilling Purple Planet, we will hopefully be able to consolidate it all together and make it one big, really complicated accounting mess, basically.
I was going to say one big happy family.
All right, happy family.
It's hard.
At least one child in that family is hopefully an accountant. Yeah. No, but it's been good. It's really fun being here and seeing people, and like the Australian distributors fly in, you know, the British distributors fly in. It's really fun seeing everybody and chatting with them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it used
And
to
Harley,
be
I recall you came to. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it used to be in Vegas, right, in Reno. And was this the first year it was in Louisville?
Yeah, they rotate they sign 3-year contracts with like convention centers. So they had 3 years in Reno. It was in Vegas for quite a while before that, I feel
Long
like.
time.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to
Yeah.
blend in, the locals call it Louisville.
Louisville.
Louisville. Got to swallow your tongue in the process. It's not Louisville.
Say it again, Ed.
Louisville.
All right, you think I'll look local if I say it that way?
Louisville.
Just jam your mouth full of M&Ms and say it.
That's right. That's right.
Hold on.
That's the
All right. Roll20 backer kit campaign has ended. We did not get the last $140, but we ended with $31,860. So we got
That's
the
pretty close.
Chronomancer and
Not too shabby.
So maybe what we do is instead of converting a 6th adventure, we just convert like 95% of that adventure and just don't do the last encounter. Because we got almost there.
Just create a void.
The final
Create a
encounter.
void. A fruitful void.
That's what it was.
Fruitful
Yeah.
void. Yes.
Yeah.
We convert it, but it's a text-based adventure. It's like Zork.
Zork. Open door.
Oh,
Kill
man.
Gru.
Someone had a flair for drama. Our campaign was down to seconds and then it got rebooted. This is exciting.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
awesome.
really?
Man.
Yeah, it was
Crazy.
like it entered the seconds mark and then it went boop, 8 minutes more, or whatever.
There's
That's
already
very
people
cool.
mentioning gaming the system in the chat, so we could be here all night.
Well, so Harley, I recall you came to a GAMA a long time ago when it was in Vegas, I want to say, right?
Yeah. It was you, myself, Brendan. That might have been it that year. Yeah,
You're not
but
supposed to talk about what happens in Vegas, right?
Well, there's one thing we do have to talk about.
Okay.
Because, as I recall, Harley, you brought a skateboard to GAMA. That's what I remember.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. And I lost my license. Like I had to like negotiate my way onto the airplane at the end.
There's a skateboarding license?
Well, I mean my identification
Oh,
is
okay.
reboard the plane. But yeah, no. Yeah, it's become kind of a tradition. Like I took one to the last creative retreat into Gen Con. Hopefully Micah's going to be skating the next Gen Con we have. It's awesome. Like your warehouse is like fantastic. All this like open concrete. If I was closer, I'd apply for that new warehouse job.
You need to sign a waiver. I have insurance. As long as you sign that waiver, it's cool.
A true skater wouldn't even tell you. He'd just go.
There we go. Right. Exactly. Aaron's got it. Like if there's a no skating sign, that means there's probably some good terrain in there somewhere.
You gotta turn one of those signs into a board. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would
Some
be
wheels
cool.
on it.
No, the game was great, but the game nights are so weird because like it's all these older shop owners, like they're showing up to like play like the next iteration of Catan, and you're like, well, I have this different sort of game for you, and they always have a wonderful time, but it's always an interesting learning curve. I mean, Brendan's perfect at that. He's mastered like the
He's so good
45-minute
at that.
game.
He developed a 10-minute demo specifically for running it. Like he can boil DCC down to like, it's like you're a fighter, roll an attack with a mighty deed. You're a wizard, make a spell check. It's amazing. But
Make a
yeah,
luck check. You fail, you're dead.
I know.
Thank you for playing. Yeah. Now, the first year that I did GAMA, my father-in-law heard I was going to Vegas, and he was very supportive of what we did, but he really didn't know anything. And he passed away, but he was a mountain of a man. And he just sat in my booth looking at people. And everyone would come up to the booth and assume he was the owner and start asking me questions for the owner.
That's awesome.
Which I loved. I like that anonymity. I was like, oh yeah, I'll ask him later and come back to the booth. But he loved it. That evening game time, he freaking loved it. He went in there and just walked around like a boss. And he just had that way of carrying himself, and everybody he looked like someone out of like Goodfellas, He just looked like one of these mob bosses. He was the best.
Kingpin.
Yeah. Basically.
Hey, guess what? I got another backer.
So your train has
we got more
extended.
time on this. Thank you, backers. You're
said
pretty
that
awesome. You're pretty
Alana,
awesome.
play Staying Alive. Alana, play Staying. Oh, we can't afford it. Never mind.
So there's this charity called Child's Play, and one of the things that I don't know if they still do this, but one of the things that was a fundraiser that would happen for them was these guys would drive a virtual bus, and they would be driving this bus as long as people kept making donations for them, which would go to this charity. And so people saw it as this way to prolong their misery by stretching out this hours upon 36 hours, 48 hours. I'm going to throw in some more money. I'm going to throw in some more money for these guys to be driving this. I feel like we could be at the verge of that, people doing that just to see how long can I keep them on air.
Yeah.
It feels
For
like
real.
a battle royale because some of these campaigns are ending, some of the kith are falling off, but like they're dying gloriously. This is a great campaign. But like,
That's how I
let's
was just
see.
checking. Purple Sorcerer has like 18 seconds left. 12 seconds. Somebody
Come on,
let's click
somebody.
the Purple Sorcerer.
Come on, somebody.
And Memories of the Purple Planet is down to 36 seconds. Purple Sorcerer and a Purple Sorcerer. So congratulations, John Marr and Benjamin Marr.
Oh my
It's
God.
amazing.
We just reset.
Did we? Okay.
Yes. Elena said.
Oh, and
Elena
we got
said
20.
Elena
Ed,
said
yours is down to 20 seconds.
okay.
Yeah.
Come on,
Somebody
somebody.
pledge for Ed's.
Come on, keep
Come
the
on.
memory alive.
Keep Ed alive. Don't let Ed fall.
We're voting people off the island now if you don't reset.
Yeah.
It's been
Sorry,
great.
guys. Ed's dead. Ed has ended.
Say la mort.
Congratulations, Ed.
Right.
Say la mort.
He was our one lawful kith.
I tried. There's
Now
only
it's
so
all
many.
disarray. We're all running different directions. Ed's gone. Who's going to coordinate us?
Oh, we gave Ed a headache. He's gonna send us a bill.
You got an headache.
Oh, dad joke.
We're getting a dad joke, boy. They'll keep us alive for that.
I'm East Coast. There's three other time zones in the country. Or, they've got plenty of time.
Actually, there's a good call in the chat. Adding to the pledge apparently doesn't add times. It has to be a new pledge.
We should.
I'll let the backer kit people know that.
We need to take that up with Backer Kit because if somebody adds like DCC 107, that should count, right?
That should totally.
I think it should.
Certainly, if they go up to a higher level of their
Good point. Yeah.
a higher tier.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm on wobbly knees now. I'm
Oh,
down.
come on. Fight, Creator, fight.
Oh man. Been a good one.
You can do it, Aaron. You can do it. You got 8 minutes left to save your soul.
Come on. This is exciting. This is kind of fun.
Speaking of Vegas, right now there's like an over and under on this, like how long it's going to be going.
So, Andrea, what's your guys' next stretch goal? Like you knocked one down already tonight. What are you guys coming up next? You have that double wide page. What are the possibilities for you guys?
Yeah. Well, what do you think we should do?
You didn't plan this? Come on. I know you're like the lawful, neutral, maybe evil one on your side of the screen. I'm sure you have a plan.
Just trying to create a creative void.
Our plan was to cheer on the people to meet this one.
Andrea, you guys are 3 backers away from a nice round 400. Maybe
I
you should come
know,
up
I
with
know.
something
I think that everybody who's watching is amazing. I think you're all fantastic people. And if you just give Oh Happy Dagger, just give us a chance, man. You're gonna love it.
Sure.
Who doesn't like a Romeo and Juliet type story, right?
Little Shakespeare to go with your Purple Planet.
That's right. That's right.
There've got to be students out there. His students got to back this. I mean, at the very least, besides all the other.
I know they just
fans
had
of the game.
midterms, right? They should.
Yeah, get incentives.
Put it on the syllabus.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I thought mine died. It said ended, and now all of a sudden it says 7 minutes.
You're back. Like
You
you
were
never left.
revived.
Whoa, that was insane! I like literally saw it say ended.
He's been reincarnated.
They recovered the body. They rolled the
Yeah,
body and
roll the
turned out
body.
you weren't dead.
I made a luck check. I lost a stamina worrying, but yeah, I
That's good.
Elena,
I
did
just
we do
finally
all the
got to the
polls?
chat. Oh, yes. Yes, I see. Students are broke. Yes, thank you.
That's legit. Yeah. I think there was somebody like there was some like not affiliated with Goodman Games, but there was a publisher somewhere that like had required reading on their we don't need to drag up industry gossip, but yeah, it's happened before. Well, it wasn't my idea. Wish it had been, but
Well, I think it's Central Michigan University. They've got a pretty good curriculum actually for people who want to get into game desigin.
Oh, really?
Martin's taken a couple of those classes.
He should get into game design.
I'll let him know. I'll let him.
If
Take that boost of confidence from you, Joe.
If it feels like he needs a couple of things to point him away, we have a Twitch show every other Friday night for new third-party publishers.
Awesome. He's on a
Reach that
Twitch
again.
stream right now.
oh god.
They really don't want to hear Harley read Elmerick. That's it.
I'm ready. I'm queued up. Everyone can go to bed. I'll read all night long.
Oh, Andrew, you just got another backer too. 398.
Oh
Your
my
clock just
gosh.
reset.
Oh, I love you. I love you, people. Just love you.
Two more people. There's two
two
more people.
more.
out
We
there
got to
who aren't
get that
cool as
even
you could be.
400.
Yeah.
Let's
Mike,
go
we're
team, go
only
team.
yeah. Like what we need was $6,000 for the little cardboard guys.
Oh, the standees and stuff.
Yeah. Are they standing? What's the right word for them? Like
Hold on, I got to check what we
chits
wrote.
or something like
Chits or
Perpendicular
tokens. Did we
tokens.
say
yeah.
tokens?
I didn't know that was part of it. Wow.
On to the purple.
That's our stretch goal that we're at 300K. So it's 300K, Harley. So we're actually still a little bit away. We might not close that at 6K away.
Yeah.
I
Folks.
believe in our backers.
And I believe in Andrea, so we got this.
I believe that children are our future.
I believe in
the
fruitful enterprises. I can't remember the name of it now.
Fruitful Void.
Fruitful Void.
That's it. Man, that's got to be a patron. That should be a patron in DCC.
Fruitful
Worshiping
Void.
The Fruitful Void.
Void, yeah.
Ooh.
It does sound like a cult, doesn't it? Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think there's smoking mushrooms involved in that somewhere.
I think Andrea is the perfect leader for that too. Just all light and love, but like there's something under there. There's something back there.
Gotta open your mind to the fruitful void.
Have an
Groovy.
M&M. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Now, I've been fasting all day, so this is getting loopy for me. I'm gonna start to get weird and punchy if I don't go eat something.
Are you seriously? I cannot. Are you
Yeah.
seriously fasting?
Yeah, it's a daytime fast. It's during the day for 19 days. It's Baha'i fast. So
Are you
man,
kidding,
I'm getting loopy. This scheduled this right towards the end of the, but I got water, so I'm good.
No, you're not good.
Well,
like,
yeah. I mean, I don't have
Can't you-
M&Ms, but
Can't
you know.
you give him a raisinette or something?
Yeah,
yeah,
can
you know,
give
Aaron,
me a
I was going to
raisinette?
tell you just how good this M&M is. It's sugar coated with a little bit of chocolate and a peanut. Almost as good as this delicious raisinette, which has a sweet.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
what's the
man.
texture like? Tell me about the texture now.
Well, so I had to fast because I had to do like blood work for my annual physical like a couple weeks ago. I just had to fast until like 9 a.m. so I could like go to the doctor. And I normally eat breakfast at like 5:30 in the morning. I was like so angry and grumpy at like 9 a.m. There's no way I could do the whole day, you know? That's just impossible.
Well, the worst was for years I was on a basketball league. This was their playoff season, and I'd have games during this.
Mm.
And sometimes at halftime it would break fast, and I'd just be chugging water, and people are looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" Or popping an orange or something, and I'm like, "I can eat finally all day." It's like nuts.
Yeah. So why do you fast? It's like, you know,
Well,
the fruitful void, or
it's definitely the fruitful void. It's all about the fruitful void for this. Yeah. No, I'm Baha'i, so it's like just part of being a Baha'i. So yeah.
man,
But you know,
no offense, but I don't think I could pull that off. I'm gonna have to be something else.
yeah, I know a lot of people that can't, like they have blood sugar issues or something like that. Then you're exempt, you know, if you have some health stuff. But
Oh, so I could do it then. I just gotta inform you about my blood sugar issue.
hey, it's not me. You don't got to tell me anything. I'm not the Baha'i police.
Okay.
Let me see your fasting schedule.
Yeah, exactly. Let me show you my card that says I have a blood sugar issue.
Yeah.
So Ed, what do you get? What's your next plan for your, you know, Purple Planet has wrapped up for you. What do you got on the horizon next?
So actually I'm launching a new crowdfund in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Whoa.
You share anything about it? Like, what do you got going on?
It is called De Re Mortis. It is a book about undead for DCC.
That's great. That sounds great.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
And I'm in the process of writing a basically manual of the planes for DCC.
Called
Cosmologia.
Awesome.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry.
Wait, awesome. Sorry to interject. Aaron, your project is it just ended.
Oh,
hey, it ended before and came back to life. So
right.
Maybe people roll the body. Pity on me. They said, "Go eat. Let that guy go eat."
Aaron doesn't get to eat as long as these projects are keep funding.
I'll just like eventually wilt. I'll just be like,
I know. Congratulations, Aaron. 600 backers, 70,000. That's pretty awesome.
Nice.
That is awesome. Good job.
Yeah. This was great. Thanks for letting me do this with you guys. And backer kit's fantastic. It's really good. Cool. That's the most, I think, backers I've had on a project that, you know, like
congratulations. That's so cool.
That's
RPG
awesome.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Horse Shark Games, James's is in the countdown. I see 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Bam, ended. Congratulations, James.
Yeah. Yay, James.
472 backers, River Flies. That's awesome.
That's great. Cue the vuvuzelas.
Honors, are you still alive?
Yeah. We just got another one.
$3.99. Yep.
Oh my gosh. You backers are super.
One away now? You're one away from 600?
One away from 400.
Oh, come on.
Come on,
guys. All right. Who do I need to Venmo to, like, they can send their money to
Yeah, somebody call their mom and explain how to pledge on Backer Kid, and then get her to play.
That's gonna take more than 10 minutes.
I'm not gonna eat until I see Gaming Honors get 400.
There we go.
You're putting Aaron on a hunger strike. You know, to make this happen. So it's fine.
If you're responsible for Aaron's untimely demise,
you don't want him to die before he completes the Kickstarter, right? Before the crowdfunding thing, right?
Okay. So Michael Curtis, we have 7 minutes. What's on the horizon for Desert Crawl Classics?
Well, I tell you, probably in about 7 minutes is going to be laying out, Purple Planet. No, we're prepping everything for free RPG Day right now. In fact, we got all that stuff out, and then next month is getting everything out. Well, actually, end of this month is getting everything out the door for DCC Day, and then X Crawl and Dungeon Denizens, and
I have something to show you. I'll be right back. Something exciting.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So,
room service is bringing Joe up.
All right. Raisinets and a salad. Mike, can you remind me?
Mike, sorry, Harley. I have to say this. Mike mentioned DCC Day. This is what room service brought me. Can you see this with the Zoom, or should I turn off my? Hold on.
Oh, it's beautiful. No, we can see it.
Kind of see it.
No, there we go.
Like that's a foil cover to Return to Starless.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this is the bronze gold foil edition, which will only be in the DCC Day kits. So if you're watching this, go to your local retailer and tell them to order for you. Place their order for the DCC Day kit, because you won't be able to get this in stores. I mean, sorry, you won't be able to get it in stores, but only in stores that participate DCC Day, not everyday stores, if you know what I mean. Sorry, Mike.
Upper echelon of stores.
Yes, you said DCC Day.
Little sister, I really want Gaming Honors 400 backers, but I can't back again. I feel oddly invested in that number getting to 400. So there you go.
Well, thank you, little sister.
You're the best little sister ever.
She really is.
And we rebooted again too. So that's
nice.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And then
I see Jason on there. Jason, is that that's Jason? Hey, Jason, thanks, man. He's the Backer Kit community outreach lead. I think he chipped in to keep us going. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That's awesome. And you know what?
Kind of
Aaron,
feels like. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
You can eat, Aaron, because we're at 401.
Oh,
really?
Yay! Thank you, backers. I'll be right back.
Thanks. Oh yeah.
Who knew we were all so invested in Gaming Honors getting to 400? That's rad.
Thank you, backers. Love you.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Backer Kit also.
Yeah, go. No, you go.
Go ahead.
Joseph.
No, you. Well,
you're on the company.
All right, I'll say it real quick. So, in addition to Backer Kit has amazing technology, great platform. Aaron just said he had his best campaign ever. They also throw great parties. So, thank you, Backer Kit, for the party you threw last night here at the Gamma Expo. It was awesome. I don't need to say any more than that.
Was Brendan there?
Actually, I don't think Brendan made it. But Martin, I do remember your comment.
Was it after 6:30?
It was after 6:30.
He was in bed.
And Martin, I do remember your comment about the sparkles, and we won't explain what that is. But if you're watching this, I remember. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so free RPG Day is foil Return to the Starless Sea. Is there a physical module being produced for DCC Day, or what's?
Sorry, let me clarify, Harley, and I got to turn my thing off again so this is visible. This is actually for DCC Day.
Oh, it is. So, oh my gosh, that's right.
Yeah, so for DCC Day, backers or people who visit their store on July 20th, I think is the date for DCC Day.
That's cool.
Yeah, they'll get the freebie, which is free, the free adventure module. They'll get the DCC Day module number 5, which I'll let Mike tell about what's in the contents of these in a sec. Then in addition to that, this will be the exclusive that's available for purchase. And then in addition, for the first time ever, we have a third-party product. So Tales from the Smoking Worm, Trevor Stamper's third-party zine, will have a special, I think he's calling it the Dragon Skin Edition, which will be part of that initial kit. But wait, there's more. And this time we've had so many retailers who want to add more stuff. We're having kind of an upgrade, which we're calling the Critical Kit, which will have a variety of, for a retailer, they get extra discounts. They can pick up the core book and the judge's screen and other stuff that's sort of evergreens. But it will also have 2 other third-party products. Maybe even 3. Am I forgetting one? But for the first time, we'll be announcing full details on this. But for the first time, there will be third-party products included in the DCC Day kit, which will be really awesome.
That's
so cool. That's so. And will there be a? So, I'm too old. Will there be a free RPG Day module?
There will also be a free RPG Day module. When that, as Mike said, they just wrapped that up, and I think I sent it to the printer yesterday, the day before. It just went to the printer. And DCC Day is next on her.
Yeah, the free RPG module is Across the Veil of Time. Marzio Machedri wrote that one. And then for DCC Day, we have on tap, we have, as become tradition, the 2024 Adventure Pack, which is 2 adventures, and that is Tucson Deathstorm, which is a X-Crawl adventure. It's the first X-Crawl adventure that takes place outside of the X-Crawl games. It actually, and also a DCC adventure called The Grinding Keep. And those were by Brendan LaSalle and Mark Bruner, respectively. And Julian Bernick is writing DCC Day number 5, which is Gods of the Earth, which is which is it's kind of Hamlet meets Beowulf in some ways. So it's like
Martin will love it.
That's some art. I just got that assignment. This is some art. I gotta find a way to turn my.
Aaron, I love the fact that your virtual background is basically just a room.
Yeah, it's like another room.
I thought that was the room we were actually in this whole time.
Very entropic. It's just another room. But this is like a cool, little puzzle for these freakish little things that are in the ceiling.
I know exactly what those are. Yeah,
you know that. Yeah,
that's so cool. That's like out of the Labyrinth.
That's awesome.
Hey, so Joseph, Sundance Kid 007 asks, when we contact our FLGS about DCC Day, what should we tell them?
Oh, and actually, Griffin has a great question about that. Okay, so Free RPG Day is in June. DCC Day is in July. So feel free to go out to your local retail store. Actually, please do go out to your local store. They can order their Free RPG Day kits through, I think it's just freerpgday.com. And that is bigger than Goodman Games. That is like 20 or 30 publishers. Everybody chips in a freebie, and the store is able to offer freebies to everybody. For Goodman Games, our stuff tends to disappear fast. So if you want it, show up early that day and get in line. There's a lot of other publishers. It's an amazing event for consumers. You basically just get tons of free stuff. So ask your store to order it. For DCC Day, have your store, if they've done it in the past, they should know how to get to our wholesale portal. But if they don't, just have them email info@goodmangames.com, and we'll point them in the right place where retailers can place orders. And retailers order their DCC Day kits directly from Goodman Games. And then July 20th, they open it up. And you guys, all of you who have convinced your local store to order it, will get freebies and exclusives and all sorts of amazing stuff.
So cool.
Hey, can I plug a X-Crawl project since you guys
that's right.
We were talking about it?
Yeah, you've got one in the works.
Yeah, so recently on an episode of Scrivenery, this idea came up. Since we were talking about collaborative projects, I thought it'd be cool to have. We've got the local Gong Farmers Union Discord server where various different cities each have their own Gong Farmers local, and I thought what would be cool, since a lot of the X-Crawl modules are focused on a particular city, an X-Crawl event that takes place in a given city, would be if each one of those local union chapters got together and put together some encounters to make an X-Crawl adventure based on their city, or its equivalent in, of course, the X-Crawl universe. And then I'll collect all those various city ones together into one large publication, so that it'll be a collaboration of collaborations. So if anyone wants to get in on that, they can go.
Cool.
The Gong Farmers or the International Gong Farmers Union Discord. I could drop that in the Twitch chat, perhaps.
That's a good idea.
2 minutes.
And Ed, you're reminding me we should let everybody know. As you know, there's DCC third-party licenses, and you saw a ton of those projects live in the in the Purple Planet project. We also offer an X-Crawl third-party license, which is what Ed is referring to. So if you'd like to publish supplemental X-Crawl material, folks out there, inquire, because it's available.
Totally worth it.
Yeah.
All right, Gaming Honors, are you still alive? We're down to 96 seconds here.
Yeah.
90 seconds.
Uh-oh.
If Gaming Honors is the only one alive, everyone's going to just be buying.
They might beat out Goodman Games. The student has become the master.
Remember, you guys got to pledge quick, or else Harley reads out Murik.
22 people on the backer train. Will there be a 23 and extend us another 10 minutes?
I know, I'm seeing on my end. Our timers are off.
There we go. Somebody jumped on.
And let's see if whoever that was also decides. Whoever that was, also go for the Gaming Honors Project. It's the other one still ticking. 97 seconds.
Yeah, save it.
Oh, I gotta send them a bug report. Look at that. It's showing different. Okay, Jason, if you're still on, it's showing different counts in the 2 spots on the screen. You guys see that also on Gaming Honors?
Yeah. 120 and 80.
Yeah,
Oh,
interesting.
Interesting. Hmm.
So the only solution is to back it to extend it.
Gotta get it back to an even 10 on both sides. Yeah, I agree. That's clearly the right move. I wonder where it's going to end at which counter it's going to actually end. Oh, they just aligned.
It's fixed. It's fixed now.
Wow, they really
Backer Kit
fixed
was
that
watching
bug quickly.
fix that real time.
Way to go, Backer Kit.
Yeah, I know. Oh, here's the countdown. 38 seconds.
We need to have music.
Dun, 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 dun. Or do you want better music?
But the Star Trek arena fight music. Dun, 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 dun.
We just reset again.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yay, good for
We
you.
did. Wow. All right,
Wow.
14, 13, 12. They're out of sync again. 10, 9, 8. This is for Gaming Honors. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
Gaming
everyone.
Honors.
Congratulations.
Good job, Andrew
Nice.
and Martin.
That was a
401.
good run.
That's awesome.
This is super, super. Thank you, guys.
Right over the threshold, right at the end. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And little sister in the chat, you're right. This is strangely stressful. It really adds an unpredictable element to like this whole thing. A completely unpredictable element.
So Joseph, outside of DCC, what else we got coming up for Goodman Games?
Good question. You know, do I have it with me? I don't have it with me. We so we have advanced copies of Dark Tower here at the show, which we've been showing off to retailers, which of course is available for DCC and 5e.
Yeah.
And it just is like, I mean, I think it weighs like almost 6 pounds. It is a huge 3-volume hardcover slipcase, and it's just people see it and their eyes like light up. So that's really exciting, and you know, everybody's in a good mood when they see that book for some reason. It's really cool.
So you're gonna need a big backpack.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I have Brendan. Dude's strong.
Reminds
That
me
reminds me of the old. Oh.
1989 when I was reading It by Stephen King, and you know, in the hardcover book, and I was like, took up half my book bag, you know, going to school every day. You know?
It's funny. I got the Centipede Press. What's his name? I gotta look it up. I always want to say the wrong name, but I got one of their. Do you know their Library of Weird Fiction series? I got the Frank Belknap Long edition, which is his stories are great. I haven't read a lot of them before, but it's like a 4-inch thick book, maybe 3 inches. It is a freaking huge book. And like, yeah, I just came here on this trip and wanted to read the story that I'm halfway through, but I was like, I'm not carrying this like gigantic book on my airplane trip. So I agree. Like, it's always better to have these slim paperbacks when you're traveling. It's hard to carry around the big books.
Alana put something in chat. Cut video.
What do I want to put in chat? Oh, I know what you're saying.
Okay.
Joseph,
to
will
James.
Dark Tower be available to purchase?
No, we're gonna hoard them all.
This is all for your book fort, right?
That's for my book.
We use the spares to build an extension on the warehouse. That's it.
Exactly. Yes, it will. So it will be available. The in-store date is March 29th. So we fulfilled 46%, I think was the stat of the US backers have been shipped out. The fulfillment company is like trucking. It's awesome. They're shipping out several hundred more each day. So US, I think, will be fully fulfilled within a week, if not less, you know, in terms of all 100% being shipped out. Then other international markets will vary. And we are announcing to distributors that we should have it in stores by the end of the month. So March 29th is the street date we're targeting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it really turned out great. Mike sort of led the effort on that one, and Chris on the 5e side. You get all credit and all blame.
Thanks.
Oh, nice. TSAT's got their Dark Tower already. That's sweet.
Oh, excellent. Okay, good. Yeah, the tracking shows that like hundreds of people have gotten it. So hopefully, hopefully tracking doesn't lie.
Amazing what happens to your own warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny said he got his a week ago.
Yeah, the first ones went out like last Thursday or Friday, so some people would have gotten them like if they were a local shipment, like right away.
Yeah, I'm 3 houses down from him. I haven't gotten mine.
Okay.
I'll pass on the word.
Aaron, little sister's worried about whether or not you've eaten yet. Little sister's big sister. Have you?
Yeah, my little sister's worried about me. I appreciate that, sis. No, I had an orange, so yeah, my blood sugar is good now. Yeah, I got a little spark in the tank. Thanks.
That's great. We're also, another thing, Harley, to talk about is we're helping distribute some third-party titles now. So if you want to pick up Prisoners of the Secret Overlords, that is in stores now. Stefan's Dragon's Peak Publishing from Stefan Surratt, but that's in stores. And let's see what else. Thorin's titles, he always spells the of with a V.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah, exactly. Why am I blanking on him? Sky of Crimson. No, that's not it.
The
Hold on,
Eastern Forest
Flame.
Yeah, exactly. Sky of Crimson Flame and Blight to the Crimson Forest. Blight to the
Yeah.
Eastern Forest. Yes, we'll be hitting stores next month or end of March. I feel like there's one other one I'm forgetting, but I know both Andrea's titles and Aaron's titles will be in stores coming up as well. So
That's so exciting.
stores will now have
Congratulations.
access to a lot of cool new DCC products.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at a gaming store in San Diego like a couple weeks ago, and they had all this DCC stuff there, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" And I was looking through it all, and so I started asking the manager different questions, and he goes, "Yeah, I have the hardest time getting DCC stuff." And I was like trying to coach him through it. I was like, "Well, stick in there because I think they just switched, how they're being distributed, so maybe that's why you have the hardest time." And he goes, "And everything I get just sells like that." So he goes, "You're lucky you're seeing anything here," because I was asking about various
That's
other,
awesome.
because I had friends there that wanted to get some of the other DCC books, and they couldn't get them yet there. So yeah.
Aaron, do you remember what's maybe the name of the store? Any details on it?
I was in La Mesa, right outside of, and it was called something like the Gaming Cafe or something like that. Basically, they had a library of like the most games I'd ever seen, and then they had a second section that was just all you could buy stuff. And right up front, like right as I came in, I saw DCC stuff, so that was pretty cool.
Gaming Cafe. Yeah, I'll drop my line. I mean, or I'll see if I can look it up. But yeah, you're right. We did switch some stuff on the distribution side, so it should be a lot easier for stores to get our stuff, even easier than it was in the past. But that's interesting.
I can get you that title, the name of them if you. I meant to send you an email about that. But.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Under 3 minutes left. Are we gonna wrap? I really did not expect to be going at 9:36. I thought we maybe were like 10 minutes past it. So I'm thank you for all, but I'm glad I ate.
We had dinner here at this local Ethiopian restaurant, and the food was great, but I think they were not yet used to American service. So we asked for several things, and they just told us no. I don't think I've ever experienced in a restaurant before. We asked for more of the bread, and the guy said, "No, you won't need it." Then we asked for napkins, and he said, "No, you have enough." It was like, yeah, it was a little unique in a lot of ways, but
kind of refreshing though too. You can't always have what you want. I guess that's
yeah, apparently not. Not at this point.
Definitely not. Oh, that'd be great if you just showed up and they just brought you stuff that they thought you wanted and nothing else. Like you don't even order, you just get what they give you.
Well, no, it was like that because they have a giant easel in the front that has a QR code, and it says, I was like, "Oh, where do I sit?" And they're like, "Oh, you go to the QR code, you order your food online, and then you have a seat." So anyway, so I used my phone, I started ordering it, and I had sat down to finish ordering. Then the guy came over to the table to take my order, and I was like, "I thought you said order online." And he was like, "That's just for the menu. Then you tell me what you want." Like everything about the experience was like just confusing, but food was great.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, Ed, it looks like you have to leave soon.
Yeah, I'll just mute.
In 60 seconds or so, we may all be leaving. So
Yeah,
okay.
there we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. All right, I gotta get some of this in. I'm a very old man. How old? I do not know. Possibly I am
Keep
100,
going.
possibly more, but I cannot tell because I have never aged as other men. Can I do this for a minute? Am I allowed to, guys? Yeah.
Go for it, man. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna close my eyes and listen to Harley.
All right.
Yeah.
This is your bedtime story, Joseph. Nor do I remember any childhood. So far as I can recollect, I have always been a man of about 30. I appear today as I did 40 years and more ago. And yet I feel I cannot go on living forever, that someday I shall die the real death, from which there is no resurrection. I do not know why I should fear death. I who have died twice and am still alive, but yet I have the same horror of it as you who have never died. And it is because of this terror of death, I believe, that I am so convinced of my mortality. Dun, 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 dun. Final countdown. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, everybody. Woo.
I was really getting into your story there, Harley.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
My kids are upstairs wondering why I'm reading to Twitch and not to them.
You love Twitch more than them. That's all.
Well, it's my first child. Oh, congratulations, everybody. Purple Planet Horde.
Great. Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations.
That was great.
Oh, may there be many hordes to come. What do you think, Joseph? Are you going to do this again?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I won't name who, but the backer kit told me that another publisher wants to copy our idea. So congratulations, you all, on being trendsetters. There will likely be another version of this by another publisher with their third-party license, who we have once again paved the way. And then, yeah, we should I'm telling you, Harley, Journey to the Center of Aerith would just be perfect. Dude,
I would love to do that. Yeah. Everyone, we have this massive fold out map, right? And Studio 9 has this section, and Gaming Honors is over here, and Ed's over here. Like we could, and each could be its discrete ecosystem, so they almost don't even have to make sense with one another. It could be really cool.
Actually, that could be the cross-project stretch goal. A final map that includes the locations of all the people who are involved.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Oh, you have to. Yeah. They all have to. Oh, I see. Aerith passing before my eyes. But yeah, no, I think Journey to the Center would be so much fun. There's just so much room for expansion. There's all these tropes about in the center of the earth, and that could be really rad.
Yeah,
cool.
I feel like we need to put our hands in the middle and just say, "Yay, yay, Horde!"
Horde superpower.
Horde on 3. 1, 2, 3. Horde.
I have one eye to make sure that we didn't inadvertently start up again. But
yeah, I know. Back from the
final.
Dead.
Awesome. All right.
That was great. Thank you, everybody. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Here's to the fruitful boy.
To the fruitful boy.
The fruitful boy.
And done.
All right. See you guys.
Thank you, backers. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Backers.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.